All right, so SmackDown, we finally learned it. We finally got it, and that is Beef versus Naomi. And not the plan. We finally got the favor, and sort of knew this was going to be an option. Wanted there to be a better thing, so I'm gonna say that the favors is kind of. It is what it is. I'm not even gonna say it's underwhelming because they still got like 2 weeks in order to play with the mind of Roman Reigns with him and Paul Heyman, and now I'm just like, okay, so you don't even get to keep him. It's just for this match, which is like, okay, Punk wins. Then do we just make a story out of Roman Reigns and the brokenness of him after this? So I was like, is this when we're gonna get Roman Reigns to change? Or I was like, he sort of still got his people around him. I was like, Punk wins, and then they just like he is the best. Self just cries in the corner. I was like, I don't know what really is to come from all this, to be honest. So, and also too, it's like for this to be like the favor. The favor is the last thing, basically. Like I said, we got 2 weeks to go. Could this have been something better? Of like I get it during the match it'll play out very well, but I was like, could this have been something we played with the whole time, kind of thing? Uh, yeah, I was like, I look, the match itself, the intensity, they still got a couple weeks to pipe it back up, but I was just like, oh, okay, kind of thought that might be it when we first started this whole favorite thing, and it is, and it's like, oh, that's not any better. It doesn't make my it doesn't fill me with what I was feeling for when I was like, oh yeah, they should main event. I'm not saying I've changed all of that stance maybe yet or whatever. Been going back and forth or whatnot, but for the most part, I'm like, oh, okay, that's doesn't really it impacts the match. We'll see how it impacts the story. Is basically what I'm saying. Other than that, got Ray Phoenix coming back in an awesome match against Nathan Frazier. That's in NXT. And outside of the spot where Frazier was acting like he was a speed demon, trying to speed run this game and trying to take out Phoenix on the outside ropes and sort of tripping at that part, which commentary did not at all like. Well, I guess because Phoenix didn't like. Most times if someone messes up, someone tries to do something that makes it look like and they could make it look better than what it could have been. They didn't. He didn't do that, so they just sort of kept going with it like Frazier did something. But no, it was a good match. I think it was a good showing for Frazier. If you haven't really seen him or whatever, like me, I haven't seen him. I know about him and Axiom, but I haven't seen none of their matches. But I was like, so I think it's a good showing there. And Ray Phoenix get his feet wet, and we'll see where he's able to go after this. I was like, unlike Penta, I don't know if I see main event. Not main event. I should probably go back a step. I don't see heavyweight championship in the future. I feel like he's going to basically be mid card here as well. But I was like, hey, I laughed because I was like, as soon as that was done, they went to Santos and stuff, and I know everybody was like, oh my god, he's about to try to recruit him. And he's going to have a match against Humberto, which is like, yo, he's going to have a match with all the people that are in his similar field of wrestling. So you're going to get over it. Now, whether that be the storyline, that's a little different. I was like, SmackDown have a little bit more people that you can sort of get it into. They done made a little bit more noise of switching some stuff up. Speaking of noise of switching stuff up, a player that won't be in that situation is Kevin Owens. And I was like, I knew that he was. I was like, I see something that said he was injured. I was just like, okay, cool. We'll see what that means. And it's not an injury for storyline. It's not an injury that's going to be like, will he make it for WrestleMania? Like Nick Aldis said, this is one thing where it's like, don't know what's going to happen. And he said he suffered a neck injury, but he's also been wrestling through it. And then they finally figured out what it was to where he has to have surgery for it. And I was like, which is crazy to me that it's like in sports, you could basically be like, yeah, I got a neck injury, but I'm going to keep on playing. Ha ha. What you mean I done did like 6 months with a neck injury that I should have surgery on? Like, that's crazy to me. But to the point that he's not going to be at WrestleMania, and no telling when he'll come back either. On top of that, and they're making it real dire in a way where it's like how we've had these other neck injuries, but at the same time, people have came back. I was like, we're a little bit further along than a lot of those other people that had the problems. So I was like, we'll see if we come back. But at the same time, the recent one of Big E, I was like, now this doesn't seem like maybe the same. I was like, I don't know if it's like on that same severity, but still, your neck and stuff like that, it's nothing to play with. So that's why, I was like, you got to be a lot more careful with those type of things. That's not something you can just be like, oh snap, I could try to, like come back through. Like even Randy Orton with the back, like like he can't do what like he used to do, kind of thing. Which he came out, RKO Nick Aldis or whatever. Maybe we get a match between him and Nick Aldis. I don't know. And it's sort of weird because I was like, they were in this feud, and also he did do the thing to Randy Orton next. So that's kind of the weird thing in this situation, where it could have been like, oh, it is a storyline. Oh, it's not a storyline. Yeah. So we also getting Jade versus Naomi at WrestleMania. I was like, I don't think none of us doubted that. I'm tired of them pointing at the damn sign or whatever, like it's a 3-year-old wanting something off the menu, like Mommy Sunday. Like that's how that shit looks every time they point at the thing or whatever. I'd rather at least get creative with it. How I just sort of like whatever, like that. Like go Scott Steiner with it, and then like At the point, I was like, I don't know. I do like Naomi gear though, as well. She beat B Fab. Yeah, no. Trying to think about anything else that was of an excitement. Oh, and we got Jacob Fatu going to face LA Knight at WrestleMania for the U.S. Championship. After he was able to get to the 1-2-9, he got up right before Braun Strowman. I was like, we figured that was going to happen. We didn't need to see how it happened. And it was a really good last man standing match. I was like, them monsters went toe to toe. I was like, that was really fun. And I expect fully, not only for the promo between LA Knight and Jacob Fatu to be legit, but also to basically see Jacob Fatu get that championship. Then we're going to have a women's gauntlet for the tag team championships, and they'll be facing WrestleMania. And yeah, this is one that's sort of half-assed, mainly because I was like, Lyra and Bayley are a tag team, and don't they face each other on Raw for the championship? Okay. I mean, I get it. You can have respects and stuff, but still. But that makes sense of when Maxine was talking to Natalya about a tag team match and or whatever. And also, it seems like with the tag teams, we might just get straight up. Because it looks like New Day is going to face the War Raiders, and it looks like that the Street Profits is going to face. I was like, their fate. Motor Machine Gun won the match. So therefore, like that's what we're going to get possibly at WrestleMania. We're not going to get some ladder match or multi-man match or whatever, tag team type of style or whatever. Which I guess is sort of good. I feel like after last year when they had all those tag teams in there, that they might just be like, okay, here we gotta have to withdraw from the tag team spot. Like everybody else could do like triple threats and stuff like that, but here this is where it's gonna have to be a couple people or whatever. Kind of like Pretty Deadly, Mellow Miz, that whole thing there. But anyway, yeah, no, it was a little underwhelming. But it was a really good SmackDown to lead us to WrestleMania. I will punctuate with that. Anyway, till then, peace. I'm out.